Hi boys and girls, here we are again, back at math. Welcome back. This is the lesson for Tuesday, April 6th. We are just going to do a few lessons in chapter 9 that talks about some different properties and how we put equations together. So, the first thing, today's lesson is on the distributive property. So, the distributive property is very similar to what we've been doing with decomposing numbers. Remember how we were taking like 2 times 6 and we would go, we would say 2 times 6. We can think about it fast like 2 times 3 and 2 times 3. Remember all those equations? And we would go, okay, this 2 times 3 is 6. And this 2 times 3 would be the same 6, and then we would add that together at the end to get 12. That was probably one of our simpler ones. Well, that was our decomposing step. Well, that's kind of what this distributive property says. It's having us break it down again, and what it wants us to do is go, okay, let's take this 8 and break it down to simpler numbers. So we take the 4, it stays the same, the rows and the columns. So this 8 becomes 6 and 2. That 8 could also be 4 and 4, right? But just for this example, they do 6 and 2. So 4 times 6, we know that to be 24, and 4 times 2 is 8, and then we would add those two numbers together. And if I can't do them horizontally going across the page, remember I add them vertically. So 8 plus 4, mental math, 12, and carry my 1 to make that 2 plus the 1 I carried is 3. So 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, that's the distributive property. You move that over each number. So let's try this one, distributive property here. Okay, this property allows me to decompose factors into add-ins that are easier to work with. So I'm going to decompose. That's the word that our book uses. We can say take apart, separate, simplify, whatever numbers you want. So our problem right here is very simple, 2 times 4. But they're saying, okay, think of 2 times 4 as 2 times 3. Well, we know that's 6. And taking that 2 again, and 2 times 1 is 2. So this 4 was now broken down into a 3 and a 1. So then we just add them together. 2 plus 6, 8. Now that one was really simple. We've done a lot harder problems together in class, so I know you can do that. All right, so now let's look at the work for today. All right, it tells us that the distributive property helps you to decompose one factor. Then you use the smaller known fact to find the products. So Henry's hardware store sells wrenches. Each set holds 8 wrenches. How many wrenches are there in 6 sets? So our number is 8 times 6. Decompose one of the factors. So it makes us, or it wants us to take the 6 and make that a 5 and a 1. They know that you know your 1s and your 5s. So 8 times 5, well, we can do that by skip counting, 5, 10, 15, 20, like that, and we'll get ourselves at the point of 8 to 40. Okay, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There we go. We skip counted with our fingers that time. You can also do your columns. I would have went 5, 10, 15 down here, or I would have went 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, just like we do in class. So I'm going to write the numbers there. If that helps you, that strategy that we've been using in class, excuse me, then do that too. Whatever is fastest for you. We're giving you all these strategies to use, so put them in play. Okay? And then 8 times 1, well, we know that's just 8. So then we just add 40 and 8 together, 48. So our number is 48, and we have 48 wrenches in all those 6 sets. Okay? see what the other side gives us. Okay, Katrina's dad used 7 boards to build a picnic table. How many nails were used if each board needs 7 nails? I like this one because this time it lets us take our rows instead of our columns. So this 5 and 2 comes from the original 7, 7 times 7. So we decompose it and we break it down. So it becomes, and I'm going to start at the top there, 5 times 7 and 2 times 7. Okay, so 5 times 7, if you skip count, 35, and 2 times 7, 14. And then remember, we're just going to add those two numbers together, and if you can't see them horizontally, then line them up vertically. 35 plus 14, 5 plus 4 is 9, and 3 plus 1 is 4, 49. And that's one of those doubles too, 7 times 7. It's like 5 times 5, 25, 6 times 6, 36. That's one that you might want to memorize too on your multiplication chart. Okay, so that is 49. Let's do the one at the bottom. Okay, distributive property. Now, just for the heck of it, I'm going to take this 8. 8's the bigger number. Let's take that one apart. Let's make it, I'd make it a 4 and a 4. So it would be 4 times 3 and 4 times 3. So 4 times 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. We know that's 12, and that's 12. So 12 plus 12 just becomes 2 plus 2 is 4, and 1 plus 1 is 2, 24. Okay, 8 plus 8, oh yuck. All right, let's leave 1 8 alone. Let's make this 8, doesn't matter either one I guess. Let's make it a 5 and a 3. So 8 times 5 and 8 times 3. Well, I already did 8 times 3 up here, right? So I know this answer is 24. And 8 times 5, well, geez, I did do that already on the front page, and I can already skip count that again, and I know that's going to be 40. So our problem is just 40 plus 24. 4 plus 0, 4, and 4 plus 2, 6. 64. Okay? All right, guys, that's it for today. You are going to see the homework page. I'm sorry, I didn't have it quite pulled out yet. Looks like this. It's going to ask you to do some of the numbers here, and I put a box down here. Tell me what numbers. I want you to decompose that 9 into 2 numbers and decompose this 6 into 2 numbers. And I put in here, show your work. There's 2 boxes there. Okay, there's going to be a box right here for the answer. And then I want you to show me what 2 numbers you would make out of that 9 and what that would look like. Okay? Alright, and then on the other side, some story problems. A couple of them I think are sort of 2-step problems. They give you a hint with this one of a dozen being 12. And then it asks you just for some definitions of how, explain yourself, explain how you understand it. Okay? And it's completely okay if you go through this with mom and dad and they give you some words and a little bit of help with typing some of these out in the boxes. Okay? I know you can do this. All right, that's all for now.